The moment you genuinely stop caring about something, it suddenly becomes available to you. Relationships you stopped chasing, opportunities you gave up on, even that one friend who ghosts everyone but somehow always texts you back when you've moved on. They all seem to reappear right when you no longer care. I'm not talking about manifestation or positive thinking. This is something much more real and kind of cruel about how the world actually works. When you want something too badly, you radiate desperation. People can sense it. You reply instantly. You stay in draining situations just to have something, because having something feels better than having nothing. But here's what's really happening. You're operating from scarcity. You're acting out of fear, not choice. Think about the last time you were starving and walked into a grocery store. Suddenly, everything looked good, even those overpriced sandwiches. That's what desperation does. It clouds judgment. You settle for less because you're afraid there won't be more. But when you're full, when you already feel okay, you see things differently. You're selective. You notice what's actually worth it. Wanting nothing doesn't mean giving up on life or becoming a monk, though monks do seem pretty chill. It means being genuinely okay either way, happy with or without that thing. That's when everything shifts. People can sense when you don't need them. They're drawn to someone who's whole on their own, someone who isn't searching for someone else to fix them. But here's the catch. You can't fake not caring. Your subconscious always shows. It leaks through your texts, your tone, your questions. People can tell when you're performing chill versus actually being chill. It's giving theater kid vibes, and not in a good way. I learned this the hard way. I spent years trying to act less interested, thinking fake detachment would somehow make things work out. It never did, because underneath the act was the same desperate energy, just wearing a mask. The real shift happens when you build a life you don't want to escape from. When you stop using people or opportunities as distractions. When you invest in yourself, your hobbies, your space, your peace, and actually enjoy your own company. That's when everything changes. That's why the best relationships show up when you're not looking. Not because the universe is ironic, though maybe it is, but because you're already in a good place. You've become someone worth knowing. But there's a darker side too. Sometimes we stop wanting things not because we've grown, but because we're tired. We call it detachment, but really, it's self-protection. We tell ourselves we don't care, when in truth we're just scared of being hurt again. The difference between healthy detachment and numbness is subtle but real. Healthy detachment comes from abundance. You have enough, so you don't need more. Numbness comes from exhaustion. You've been let down too often, so you stop trying. Real detachment means you'd be happy if it worked out, and still happy if it didn't. You're not pretending not to care. You're just living. And that's when life opens up again. The biggest paradox? The best way to attract what you want is to stop needing it. Build a life so full that nothing has to save you. Everything wants you when you want nothing, because when you want nothing, you already have everything that matters.